Hey there, it's Elizabeth Mack, and you're watching Limelight Live. This week, I am at Fairview Middle School with Scott Goodland with American Reckoning. Tell me what American Reckoning is.
American Reckoning is the name of our July event. Guild Wrestling, which is the name of the parent company. Try and do a show here in Fairview every other month, so to say. It's a non-profit show, or a not-for-profit show, excuse me. And pretty much we're just a group of trained athletes looking to put on a good show for the community, in all honesty, and trying to give to a good cause. So it seemed like a good idea at the time, and we're going to run with it until we can't do it anymore.
Okay. So when you say athletes, I understand it's not just any kind of athletes. You're wrestlers.
Yes, we are wrestlers. Not so much the type of stuff you see at the Olympics, but more the stuff you see Monday and Friday nights on TV. It gets
like Hulk Hogan.
Like Hulk Hogan.
I had to do it. That's like my one childhood memory.
Everybody
wrestling.
loves it. And I mean, Hulk Hogan definitely redefined wrestling, even to the lower levels of what we put on here. And I mean, that's the one thing is, yes, while we are wrestlers, and it's people like Hulk Hogan that we grow up watching saying, I want to be like that guy. So that's what we do.
Awesome. And now this isn't something that's new to Tallahassee. It's been going on for some time, correct?
Yes, it has. We are the current, I guess you could say, crop. It has happened. Guild Wrestling itself has been in existence for, in its entirety, probably about a decade, but it did take a hiatus for probably 4 to 5 years.
Here locally?
Yes, here locally.
Okay.
It's been extremely successful. Just in the past 2.5 years, it's become a not-for-profit event. It started with an event actually to benefit my family. It started as a benefit because I had a sister who passed away at Shands Hospital, and my trainer, who happens to co-own or co-executive direct the guild with me, I called him and I said, hey, I need you to cancel these bookings for me. And he called me back about 15 minutes later and said, we got a benefit show for your family and everything like that. And since then, it's been history trying to give money to various organizations to try and help the community.
Okay. And so then how long have you been doing it here at Fairview?
Ooh, probably since let's go January of this year. We've been doing it at Fairview. And
it does go for a good cause.
Yes, it does. All the money that we make profit-wise goes to Fairview Middle School. After every show, we take nothing except what we've put into it. And that's just strictly to keep it going. Whether it be advertising and stuff like that. We have some great sponsors that have donated. All of our flyers are professionally done by So Sour Designs. Our entrance music and everything. Arius Audio comes out, and what usually costs people like a good chunk of change. Everything's donated to us, and it's just other companies trying to help.
Okay. And then also you mentioned that in January you do.
Yes, January of this year, we decided to keep the show for my sister going with a little tweak to it. It's still called the Kiefer Classic and everything. The difference is the money doesn't go to my family. It goes to the Narrow Intensive Care Unit at Shands Hospital, which is where she unfortunately passed away. They are on the cutting edge of everything down at Shands. I know we're in Tallahassee and we're Seminoles and everything, but the Gators must be doing something right with that hospital, and it's something that we take the one part out of the year to give them everything we can, and we go. It's our WrestleMania, so to say, is where we try and put thousands.
Tallahassee WrestleMania. I
Yes.
love the sound of that.
Yes, and it's where we just try and go all out and give it everything we have.
Okay. Now, back to the wrestlers. Are these wrestlers from just Tallahassee, or are they kind of like from all over the region?
They are all over the region. I am from Monticello. We got people coming in from Savannah, Brunswick, Charlotte. Then we do bring in bigger name guys. People that have been involved with Guild Wrestling. You have Bullet Bob Armstrong, was here in Tallahassee at one point. Buff Bagwell was here in Tallahassee at one point. All these guys that were alive, I guess, when were actually under contract when you and I were growing up. They're now more on the local scene. And I mean, they do come from everywhere. And they also come from, like I said, down south in Florida, over Miami and Tampa and all like that.
And so about, I guess, how long do the shows last? Is it?
We try and keep it about 2 hours most. And I mean, we understand it's a Sunday night and people got things to do Monday morning, but it's a good time to, you get church on Sunday morning and you come out Sunday night, have a little bit more family time and things of that nature and just enjoy yourself.
What kind of crowd is it that comes out? Because I feel like with wrestling, it's very eclectic.
It is, and it's funny to see who you have out here because sometimes it's not who you expect. It really depends, honestly. You can draw at certain shows, not necessarily ours. I've performed in front of 3 people. I've performed in front of 450 people. It really depends what you're going against and how well the promoter advertises it and everything. Because you could have the greatest lineup, but if nobody knows about it, nobody's coming.
Yeah. So. So then you do have a show coming up on Sunday.
Yeah,
correct?
Sunday. Sunday is the American Reckoning show. It's our July show. It's not July 4th, but it's kind of how we just show our support to the troops, so to say. We aren't necessarily tied in with any of the branches or anything like that, but it's just the time that Guild Wrestling decided to take a second and recognize the men and women of the armed forces. I mean, not just of today, but obviously Independence Day being battle of how we became a country. Just anybody who ever strapped on a pair of combat boots and defended the country. So.
Okay. And then, so how did you get into wrestling?
My earliest memory.
I box a little, but you know.
Yes, my earliest.
Just for fun.
My earliest memory, oddly enough, my father took me to an event. Like I said, I grew up in Miami. I had no idea what wrestling was. I was 6, and I was like, I have no clue. My dad, WWF at the time, now E, came to Miami, and the one thing I remember is the lights went out. Lightning hit the stage, and out walks the Undertaker.
Oh wow!
And apparently it was a gimmick match. It was a coffin match, and out comes his druids, and here comes the coffin, and then out walks the Undertaker, and it was history since then. I knew at that point in my life, someday I need to get trained and see if I can actually do this, and. I did some research and fell into the right group of people with Steve Goins, who was the co-executive director of this. And and he just kind of grabbed me by the neck and threw me in and said, here we go.
Awesome. So then how long have you been doing it?
Probably about 7 or 8 years just in ring. I've trained a little bit before that. But yeah, when I got with Goins, he was the one that really threw me in the ring and gave me the basics, the fundamentals of it. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So then one more time, tell us when.
It's Sunday coming, July 10th. It's the doors open at 6, bell time's at 6:30. Like I said, we're gonna try and be out here about 8 or so, 8:30, and $5 for people under 13, 10 for adults. Like I said, everything over profit goes to Fairview Middle School. And come out and have a good time.
Are there refreshments, or can people bring their
Tallahassee Big Dog Rescue is runs the concession stand and everything, and they are the ones that get all that money. They keep all that.
That's so nice.
Yep.
Awesome. So as usual, I'm going to bring some other events going on around in Tallahassee. On Friday, last week I told you that Friday there'd be the arts rally, and I'm sorry, I was wrong. They actually didn't have it because of the 4th of July weekend, but they are kicking it off on Friday, this Friday. They're from 6 to 9 p.m., like I mentioned last week. They stop at different locations like Hotel Duval, New Leaf, Lemoyne, and pretty much you can check out the local art talent that we have here. Again, my apologies. Wednesday, there's brew release party at the Fermentation Lounge, 5 p.m. They've actually started brewing their own beers. It's really amazing.
Tasty.
So they're releasing 2. That's at 5 p.m. and they're pretty much going to be serving until the beer runs out. So it sounds like it's going to be a good time. I'm excited about trying it. Usually I try from like micro beers, but you never knew that we were going to have a local brewery right here in town.
It might blow up, you don't know it.
Kind of awesome. And then on Thursday, the Chamber Winds concert on FSU campus. For those of you who love your classical music, feel free to check that out at Opperman Hall. I believe it starts at 6 p.m. You might want to double check me on that one. And then Friday, Wounded Healer release CD premiere at the Warehouse. The proceeds go to benefit the Second Harvest of the Big Bend, which is also a good cause. I really feel like they support a lot of our communities, or a lot of our families here in the community. And that's from 7 to 11 p.m. There will be food, a silent auction, and of course, music. Let's see. There's some shows starting. in theater. The Bad Seed is going to be showing at the Little Theater, and also Hairspray will be put on by the Young Actors Theater. I actually like that movie, though.
No, very much so.
And so I think the original, wait, was it the original? No, the movie has John Travolta in it.
Yeah.
But then the original has like another man. I always thought that was really interesting how,
Yeah.
I would love to see how this production is going to come off. It's really good. And again, the city kicks off their Summer Sizzler. It happens every Saturday for the summer, 6 to 8 p.m. at Clinton Plaza. This week, it'll be Thursday Night Music Club. You can go out, check it out with your family, bring the blankets, the snacks, and the foods, drinks. It's just a really good time, and hopefully it doesn't rain, because we've gotten a lot of rain lately.
Yeah, we needed it, though.
Yeah, we do. But it's always
Yeah,
nice
not during
to
an
feel
event.
And it's
Yeah.
outside. It's an outside event.
Not during events, we don't.
Hopefully it'll be a nice night that night. So I'd still say, even if it's not, grab the ponchos.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give that one a shot. But then it depends on, if it's a little soggy, grab the ponchos, because if it rains too hard, they might have to cancel. But keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the Tallahassee Museum is holding their 33rd annual Swamp Stomp from 4 p.m. It'll be having performers like Hot Tamales, Cheap and Easy, Swivel Kings, the new 76ers, and the Sarah Mack Band. It's who Sarah Mack has actually been on the show, actually. She's a wonderful person. I love her to pieces.
Heard good things.
Yeah. So if you've recuperated from the 4th of July weekend, definitely head out, check out some of these events from this week. And I guess that's all we've got. See you next time. Bye.